Our topic is all about lunar eclipse. So sit back, relax, and listen because we will now start the flight to see the wonder behind the lunar eclipse.
The objectives at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first, learn about lunar eclipse, second, explain what causes lunar eclipse and when they occur, and third, define the terms umbra and penumbra. What is a total lunar eclipse? A total lunar eclipse takes place when the Earth comes between the Sun and the Moon and the Earth's shadow covers the Moon. Total eclipses of the Moon happen at full moon when the Sun, Earth, and Moon are aligned to form a line. The astronomical term for this type of alignment is called syzygy, which comes from the Greek word which means for being paired together. Earth's shadows can be divided into two parts, the umbra and the penumbra. The umbra, the darker and the central part, and the penumbra, the outer part. For a lunar eclipse to occur, the Sun, Earth, and Moon must be roughly aligned in line. Otherwise, the Earth cannot cast a shadow on the Moon's surface and an eclipse cannot take place. When the Sun, Earth, and Moon come together in a straight line, a total lunar eclipse takes place. When the three celestial bodies are aligned in a way that the Moon is partly covered by the Earth's umbra, a partial lunar eclipse is the result. On the other hand, if the only outer part of Earth's shadow covers the Moon, a penumbral lunar eclipse takes place. Total lunar eclipse happen only when it is full moon. At the same time, the Moon is at a lunar node, so the Sun, the Moon, and the Earth are aligned in a straight or nearly straight line. Question: Mom, why can't we see a lunar eclipse every month if a full moon is needed for a total lunar eclipse? This is because the plane of the Moon's orbital path around Earth is inclined at an angle of 5 degrees to Earth's orbital plane around the Sun, also known as the ecliptic. The points where the two orbital planes meet are called lunar nodes. Lunar eclipses occur when a full moon happens near a lunar node. That is why we don't see a lunar eclipse every month, and lunar eclipse happens 3 times every year. Even though Earth blocks sunlight from directly reaching the surface of the Moon during a total lunar eclipse, the Moon is still visible to the naked eye. This is because Earth's atmosphere bends sunlight and indirectly lights up the Moon's surface. When sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere, it gets refracted towards the Earth's surface, and part of it, the colors with shorter wavelengths, gets scattered and filtered out, while the rest colors with longer wavelengths like orange and red passes through the atmosphere. This light is once again refracted towards the surface of the fully eclipsed Moon, thus illuminating it in a reddish-orange glow. Because of this, a total lunar eclipse is sometimes colloquially called a blood moon. Question: Mom, is only red usually seen as the color every total lunar eclipse? The answer is no. A total lunar eclipse can also be yellow, orange, or brown in color. This is because different types of dust particles and clouds in the Earth's atmosphere allow different wavelengths to reach the surface of the Moon. And we are down to the 7 stages of a total lunar eclipse. First, we have the penumbral eclipse begins. This begins when the penumbral part of Earth's shadow starts moving over the Moon. This phase is not easily seen by the naked eye. The second, partial eclipse begins. Earth's umbra starts covering the Moon, making the eclipse more visible. Third, the total eclipse begins. Earth's umbra completely covers the Moon and the Moon is red, brown, or yellow in color. And the fourth one, the maximum eclipse. This is the middle of the total eclipse, or the climax. And the fifth one, we have the total eclipse ends. At this stage, Earth's umbra starts moving away from the Moon's surface. And the sixth one, we have the partial eclipse ends. Earth's umbra completely leaves the Moon's surface. And the 7 stages, we have the penumbral eclipse ends. At this point, the eclipse ends and Earth's shadow completely moves away from the Moon.